How do I start using social media platforms and specifically the algorithms as a new coach on social media? Now, this is a huge area that's worth exploring. That word algorithms, I'm sure you've heard of. It's been around for a long time. And many people start hearing these technical terms. They get really nervous and avoid or run for the hills. Whereas, in fact, if you understand these basic concepts, you can really help you to move forwards in the right direction. We're going to go through many different tips today to help you to move in the right direction, start navigating the world of content creation, and adding in small things into your posts to get much wider reach. Number one is the people that are in your audience. So, who are you actually adding onto your connections on LinkedIn? Sometimes I get people that finish our coaching programs and say, well, I've already got a few hundred people on LinkedIn from my previous job. Shall I just keep them and then call myself a coach? Well, think about it. All of those people that are in that network are not going to be coaching clients. So it's probably not worth having people that are in your audience that aren't coaching clients. And the thing is, a lot of these algorithms will see, okay, who's in your audience to help them to think about who else would value from your content. And they'll often say, for example, if you have 100 friends or 100 connections on LinkedIn and you post out a video, all of those 100 people might see that. And maybe 1 to 10% of other people outside of that network that would fall into a similar demographic as them might also see it. Not always, but might also see that. But if your audience is really mixed, it's got your mum in there, it's got your childhood friends, it's got random people that you've met along your life, that will not serve you. You will not grow your audience. Those people will not engage with your content, and that won't help, right? That'll actually cause more harm than good. So only have people in your LinkedIn audience who are either doing the work that you do, so similar sort of roles as a coach, or who fit into your ideal audience demographic, right? So aiming for a specific audience and attracting people that are only there. So if you only work with coaches, for example, ideally you want to have coaches or service-based professionals in your network. And we can filter out people that are not in that space. Number two is to find the top 3 to 5 words that resonate with this audience and use them frequently. This is what we call keyword research. You might have heard that term. By looking for the 3 to 5 words that they are also searching for on the platform. So they might be putting in the word, if you're a coach that helps other coaches, they might put the word coaching. They might have the word personal development, goals, for example, as regular search terms for that audience. So if you're using a lot of those same words in your description of the posts, maybe any hashtags that you put in there, those things will start to boost your profile's reach and get that content to the people that need the help, right? Number 3 is using hashtags, but also using relevant hashtags. I recently had a conversation with somebody who was using hashtags in their post that perhaps weren't ideal, right? So they were posting out content on their platform, and I'll share my screen to demonstrate what I mean by this. So you can see here that I've typed in the hashtag goals, and this hashtag has 23,000 followers, which means that when I add a post about goals, that 23,000 people have followed that word, and in their profile, they'll be receiving content from people that add the hashtag goals in there. That spreads your reach into a very, very far field, reaching many, many people. But the problem some people make is their hashtags are very obscure. So it could be they use the hashtag obscure hashtags, and there is no following the results for that one. Yeah, so we're trying to add in hashtags that have actually got a following. And you can often see these when you actually type that in, of how many people are talking about personal development and the posts that those hashtags contain. You'll simply click that hashtag and see that for personal development, there are 14 million people. Yeah. And for the ones that are much more obscure, there won't even be a search listing in here. So find the hashtags that are relevant and more popular, and that'll be a big game changer for you when you're posting out that content. Other areas would be being consistent with your content. So actually posting on a regular basis will help the platforms to see you as an engaged individual on them. So that means posting out regular videos, regular postings. And what I say to a lot of coaches that have enough time in their hands is to post daily, every weekday, and give yourself the weekend off. So 5 posts every week. Now, if you create a lot of video content and enjoy that, that might be creating 2 to 3 videos per week and then 2 to 3 written posts per week. If you follow previous advice that we've given on this platform, scheduling those posts in advance means that we're not spending tons of time on these platforms themselves, and we can schedule and get ahead of the game through automation. But consistency will definitely help you out to get in front of more people. Number 5, I believe, is being visual. That means getting your face out there, getting your picture out there on your profile. Let's see the image so we know you're a real person, not a robot. Creating video content is key for personality. People may make mistakes like I just did. And the images, again, add this warmth, this style. We buy from people first. So be visual in creating this. Just writing written content will not boost your profile to the people that you want it to see. And finally, number 6 on this long list of things that you can use to get algorithms on your side is maybe being disciplined. The trap that I see from a lot of coaches is, Josh, but I'm interested in so many different areas. I want to talk about them all. They're all valuable. And I agree, they may be valuable areas. But if you end up talking about everything, you'll be known as the person that knows a little bit about a lot, not a lot about a little. And you want to really be known for somebody that knows a lot about a little area. This is called having a niche, having a specific, tailored, targeted audience, and creating high-powered content only for them. It is hard to do. Maybe you'll create a second, if you have, honestly, so much content you cannot contain yourself anymore, create a second profile on some platform or use a different platform entirely and just create content about those things. And that might feed that beast of, I've talked about mindset today. Next day, I'll talk about dieting. The next day, I'll talk about yoga, all a variety of interests that you might be having. And then you can feed that beast and think, okay, I feel okay about doing this. But for your professional profiles, if you help coaches with mindset, all of your content should be around mindset for coaches. So you become known for this thing and attracts the right people into your platform. So those 6 things, again, are going to be knowing your audience and only adding people that are in either your demographic or people that are similar to your role. Number 2 is finding that keyword research that is going to be used repeatedly by your audience so they can find you easier. Number 3 is using relevant hashtags, not just any hashtag. Number 4 is being consistent with this and posting on a regular basis. Number 5 is being visual with your content. Video is incredibly hot right now. And number 6 is being disciplined. It's a hard thing to keep going and to be super focused, but it will pay dividends in the future for you and your business. Good luck, folks, and get out there.